Alrighty, here we are for round 4. And hopefully we can just draw more Alloyin Strategist than our opponent. Like I said, this one's a little bit weird as far as an introductory draft. And I might do another one. We definitely didn't cover like all topics of it. And this is definitely like a big deck. I might just draft like the other 2 colors and try to do something more aggressive. That could be cool too. So if I Technosmith and then Field Marshal, we'll be able to take out the Stag. I think that seems like a reasonable play. It's our only play, actually, that can deal with Stag in this hand. Not that we really need to, but we might as well. So that's a trade now. Tech Explorer, Technosmith, and another Strategist here. I might even just Technosmith my Tech Explorer so I don't have to waste time playing it. Alloyin Strategist will likely go in 2 to change this into a trade. It will be able to. Yep. Very cool. You can kind of just run your strat or your Field Marshals out there when you know you have 4 Alloyin Strategists in your deck. Pretty insane. Alrighty, and then we'll just trade off Technos with our opponent here. Sounds solid. And what does our opponent level? They level an Aether Guard. Remember, I said I didn't really love Aether Guard. It's fine if you have nothing else, obviously, but definitely not a card that I like to be playing. And we've now leveled more cards, and I would definitely say better cards than our opponent here. We've freed the center lane for Nexus Tech. And get to play an Ionic War Charger too, potentially. Mimic Leaf is a pretty interesting one. I might actually want to, against Mimic Leaf, I might want to play my Ionic War Charger over here. Because Ionic War Charger goes great in lane 2 right now. I throw down the Nexus Tech. What's funny is, like, Nexus Tech makes this Soothsayer Hermit trade, but I don't know if I want to do that either. I don't think this Mimic Leaf is going to be that big of a problem. At the same time, I could go Frankenbaum, Abyssal Maul, and then how in the world do they win? Just Abyssal Maul shrinking this, getting pumped by the Strategist. I'm a little bit torn here because my deck is so good, and I think just like leveling up the Abominations might be tricky because then you don't always draw them the next player level. But you know what? I think showing off the Abominations for 1 game at least might be reasonable here. So let's show off our Abomination strategy. We drafted him. We might as well get at least 1 Abomination game in here. And we get pretty rewarded as we draw a hand with another Abyssal Maw in it. You do want to level Zithian Hulk. It's funny, if I didn't play these Abominations, then I probably would have just played Strategist Conscripts. Here I'm definitely going to play Abyssal Maw Strategist. There's not really a way around that. Abyssal Maul's probably going to shrink whatever blocks in 5 to turn this into a positive battle. Yep. And then Strategist will just... I guess he'll find his place in lane 3. Even though he's not really needed there, it'll make this Dr. Frankenbaum a little bit more of a threat here as a 8-4. So now it's going to be threatening their life points a little bit more. They're still at 119 life points. This hand's pretty interesting too. We're just going to play 2 level 2 cards. I guess it's not that interesting. All right, we get the full value of a Dr. Frankenbaum, and then are we going to see a level 2 card from my opponent? Nope, we're just going to see a level 1 creature. It's a pretty solid level 1 creature at that, though. It almost makes me want to play a Strategist, but that is a big almost, because we are definitely going to just play our level 2 creatures now. Here's something I haven't really gotten to show off too much here, but you'll notice I don't want my level 2 guy to take any damage here. I could block with Tech Explorer against this Vault Intruder, and I think a lot of players will do that. And I was kind of talking about why I didn't like that play for my opponent last round. If I can draw 2 level 2s every turn, then there's no problem. I'm going to win the game. And if I ever miss and don't draw a level 2, that's when I'll be looking for those cards that I talked about as underdrops. Basically anything with 5 attack. So we're looking at Tower Scout. We are looking at, I guess at this point, really just Tower Scout. But we're also looking for the first half of our Abyssal Mauls. Other than that, I'm just going to not block this Vault Intruder. And I'm pretty okay with that. Now, if my opponent plays a card that's going to, like, positive battle this beta or something, then sure, we might do that. And here I actually might do it just because I can move over this Strategist. 3 damage on this guy isn't as big of a deal. So I am going to actually just go ahead and do that here. I'm going to play Strategist in my open lanes to pump up this guy and pump up this guy. And we're also pumping up our beta in 5 with our Strategist in 4. So my guy's going to take a little bit of damage here, but 3 damage isn't the worst. And we drew a Dr. Frankenbaum to go along with our Abyssal Maul, which is pretty lucky and, yeah, pretty fantastic. Looks like my opponent just hasn't drawn anything this entire player level. Soothsayer Hermit's going to help them a little bit. It means that they can get Aegis Conscripts. It means that they can get the Tower Scout. They can get any of the level 1 creatures that they've played on player level 2 here. So, yeah, the Vault Intruder, that's what I meant, not Tower Scout. So Vault Intruder's going to go here. All that's going to mean then is we have to move our Vault Intruder. Yeah, so we just get to go like this. Dr. Frankenbaum, and then Abyssal Maul finishing off Soothsayer Hermit. Smack our opponent for 27 down to 60. 2 more hits will kill him here. We have Abyssal Maul plus Grave Pact. I assume that this is probably going to trade with a level 1 or level 2 creature. And this might also trade with a level 3 creature. Yeah, 3 damage does put it in range of a level 1. But I don't really think that there was a way around that on that turn, Kaleri. Just seeing your comment now. Alright, well, so we know we're doing this. And then we have a decision to make. We can hit our opponent for 12. We can bump that up to 15 with Jetpack. We can play Zithian Hulk, which is an abomination and more damage as a 4/7. Or Nexus Tech, which slightly protects Dr. Frankenbaum. I think Zithian Hulk is the best. It's just going to put another abomination into play, which is going to be good when we draw our Frankenbaums and Abyssal Mauls on the next player level as well. And it also represents 4 points of damage. Yeah, there's a Dr. Frankenbaum. Not to mention a Forge Guardian Beta 3. You know, no big deal. Alright, Electronet, but that's not going to remove Dr. Frankenbaum's ability. So all of my abominations are going to hit my opponent for some damage. Yeah, my opponent's going to take 3 on their turn. Then they're going to take 7 plus 7. So they're going to take 14 here, drop to 25, I believe. Looks like I did that math right. And then we'll play a beta just to positive battle that. So if they don't block this, they take 4. If they block it, they take 7. That's pretty crazy. And then this guy's just dealing 3. Not to mention I just played 2 level 3 creatures. Yeah, I do think it was enough better of a play that damaging our strategist. Obviously, it didn't matter because we were able to, or my opponent blocked it with a center lane creature anyways. Yes, finishing off the strategist draft here. This is definitely lethal. We can even do this, though that doesn't help us. We actually want this to die. All right. Sounds good. That'll be it there. And that puts us 3-1 in the quad strategist draft here.